Alright, so this is a quick video that's going to demonstrate how to remap buttons if you happen to have a multicade system that's running Arpicade as the front end. So without further ado, let me just get into it here. What we're looking at here is this is a dynamo cab that obviously has a JAMA harness. It's running a Arpicade board with a Raspberry Pi, and the software that ties it all together is Raspberry JAMA. I'm a fan. I just like that it's customizable, and I don't know, it's worked every project that I've done that's used it. It's always turned out really well, and once you kind of get the hang of it, it's pretty straightforward to set things up, and it's very customizable. So yeah, let me show anybody who's interested how to remap a button, because that's a big part of setting one of these things up. So yeah, that was just the main menu that I was in there. I obviously I push the, you use the joystick, the Player 1 joystick, to navigate that main menu, and you can pick any game that's in that list. I just happened to pick whatever this was. I think it was called Transformer. I don't know. I'm sure it's a wonderful game, but yeah. So now we're going to map a button. And to do that, we've got to access the emulator that's running this particular game. So to do that, you have to hit Player 1, and you have to take the Player 1 joystick and move it to the right. So Player 1 start and joystick to the right. I don't think I can... No, I don't think I'll be able to do it with one hand. Anyway, I'm going to do it, and it's just going to look like a blur for a sec because I need two hands to do it. But basically what I'm doing is I'm going to push this and hold it for a second, and then click that to the right, and the thing's going to pop up here. So you're going to miss that because I'm going to use this button. There you go. So there you go. That's the menu. This is in this case, this emulator is running Advanced MAME. Different games use different emulators. When you do that button combination, start, Player 1 start, and to the right, it'll bring you to this menu. It might look different depending on what emulator, but it'll always bring you to some sort of a menu. And what you want to do, there's lots of stuff in here. Don't mess around with anything that you don't know what it is. For remapping buttons, it is not calibrate joysticks, it is input. So what you want is input this game, not input general, but input this game. I don't know how well you can see this. I don't know if my phone's picking this up clearly, but you can navigate this menu by, using the joystick to go up and down. You're going to highlight input this game. You're going to use the Player 1 fire button, and that will take you into that menu. These are all the buttons that this game has. So let's say that you want to remap, well, if you want to remap Player 1 start. So for example, Player 1 start is presently joystick button 8 or button 1, and we're going to remap it to, well, this button here, which it probably already is, but just, this is what you would do if you wanted to change it from something to something else. The button I'm interested in is highlighted, Player 1 start. You'll see it's blue. I'm going to push the Player 1 fire button, and now that I've done that, you'll see that it is blank. So Player 1 is blank, and the next button that I push is what's going to be the new button for Player 1 start, and in my case I want it to be this button. And you'll see as soon as I hit that, joystick button 8 popped up for Player 1, so now this button has been mapped to that function. So pretty straightforward. There's really, you can make quite a mess in here, so be careful not to play around too much. Once you've done, mapping the button or buttons that you want to map, you would just hit return to game. So go down here, return to game. And there you go, you're back at the game. I'm assuming that, let's just see if what I did actually worked here. I'll add a couple coins, and Player 1, look at that. And so yeah, that's how you do that. I have mapped a button. Not very hard, something anybody can do. And yeah, there you go. Mapping buttons with an Arpicade.